Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. And every week we talk about how to love yourself, others, and a higher nature, how to improve your finances, career, relationships, health, and spirituality. And today's topic is very interesting because we're living in a time of turmoil where people are more lonely and isolated and staying home a lot and depressed. But we know that love is one of the best antidotes for that. But sometimes love can go too far. And the topic is, are you addicted to love? Take the Love High quiz. Now, we know that love in long-term relationships can be very beneficial in many ways. It can improve your physical health, lower your blood pressure, risk of heart disease, lower what's called cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and reduces anxiety. It can help you have better mental health, less depression, less anxiety, also more gratitude, better sleep. So there are many good things about falling in love. However, there is a term that's very interesting. It's called limerence, which comes from a psychologist named Dorothy Tanoff. And she talked about the type of love that's kind of like an infatuation. You know, when you first fall in love, you're like walking on clouds and everything about that person excites you and everything they say is funny. And this period of time lasts anywhere from 9 months up to several years. But so for some people, it can last even longer, this kind of infatuation stage. And it's very powerful. And some people keep craving it. They keep going from relationship to relationship, looking for that love high. It's kind of like an addiction. So their brain chemicals released in your brain, like dopamine and other chemicals, kind of like being on some kind of drug, or even cocaine. In one study, they did MRIs of people who had been rejected by their lover, and they had activity in the brain areas similar to those people that are addicted to cocaine, that high feeling. So I'm going to give you guys out there in the audience, and also Reggie, my producer here today, I'm going to give you this love addiction quiz, infatuation, limerence. Okay, so I want you to answer very truthfully to me right now. I know you just started dating someone new, and I know we've had a kind of a long-standing bet that I would pay for your date if you were to find someone very serious about this, and I think you finally did.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Well, very good. Then, as you know, it's been a long time. So
Yes, it's been a couple of years, right? So we finally got a possibility here. We're excited for you. Okay, so Reggie, you met this lovely gal, and I believe you were in the friend zone for a while. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, she was in a relationship for a long time, and I understood that, I respected that, and like we were still friends. Well, time went by, and I guess that relationship ended, and we were talking, and then
Okay, you got right in there, Reggie. You're right there waiting for that to happen.
yeah, well, I wasn't even waiting; it just kind of moved on.
Okay.
And then it opened. I was like,
Oh, okay. So you're a patient. Okay, so developed. All right. So let me ask you these questions, Reggie. Number one, when you have this love limerence or this kind of like love high feeling, you always think about the person. You kind of, thinking about them and what they look like, and you see their face. Tell me about that. Does that happen to you? Do you have this kind of thinking?
I've had that happen before, but not in this interaction.
Okay, not this one.
Yeah.
Reggie, is that true? Okay, let's pick that one, okay? This is the one that you had before, a love interest. Acute longing for the person, and you want them to reciprocate your love.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Dependence on the person. You want them to text you and kind of say how you're doing quite a bit.
Yes.
Yes. Buoyancy, what we call walking on air. You see them, you hear about them, and you have this great feeling like you're walking on air.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay, Reggie, you're smiling now. I can see this. Overwhelming passion and a fear of rejection, even a shyness in their presence. You're afraid that they're not going to want to be with you.
No, not really.
Was there shyness being around them?
No.
Okay, so I'll put no on that. Also, what we call rose-colored glasses. You always look at the bright side of the person, all the positive qualities, and you don't look at the negative qualities.
Oh, no.
That didn't happen to you. So you saw negative quality. Okay. Because what happens sometimes, or many times, when you have this love limerence stage is that you idealize a person. They're wonderful, they're smart, they're loving, they're caring, they're loyal. And then maybe they have other bad qualities. Maybe they have bad tempers, maybe they're very ungenerous, but you don't see those because you're in the rose-colored glasses. And some research shows that actually happy marriages, people will keep those rose-colored glasses. They always look at the positive sides of their mate, no matter what's going on. It builds the relationship and the satisfaction. All right, Reggie, so far you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of these first 7. Also, did you only have this for one person, for that person at the time, this love limerence?
Like, I've had it with several people, but with one person at a time.
At a time, yes. Yeah. So in other words, you weren't multiple loving other people mentally. Okay. All right. And then physical symptoms. Did you have any kind of shortness of breath, perspiration, or heart palpitations?
No.
Okay. You didn't feel that? The heartache sometimes people have. Okay. So Reggie, you seem like you have quite a bit of this with that one person. What happened to that relationship?
Well, it was kind of similar to what happened with this interaction I had with this other girl right now. It's like she was in a relationship and nothing really could do with it,
Right, but you really loved her, apparently. You were in love with her.
Yeah.
I see. And this one here, you don't have that yet, this in-love relationship yet.
Right, well, because I think I had that initially when I met her, and then we talked. I was like, "You're in a relationship. I understand that." And I was kind of like, "All right, well, that's it."
Okay.
But now we're opening, and it's kind of like.
Okay. So you've been in the friend zone for a long time with her. Now you're a little bit in the middle part, right? Maybe a little romantic, right? You're kind of feeling that.
Potential zone.
Potentials. Okay. Well, Reggie, we're going to move you a little further along than that. Okay. Now, the importance of this idea of limerence is that it can be positive, but it can also be damaging. Some people get very obsessive with their lovers, jealous, stalking, even cases of violence when people get too obsessed. Now, in long-term relationships, there are often different combinations. For example, you can have a limerent partner, a partner who is very emotionally attached to the other person, and a non-limerent partner. They're not as emotionally attached. And this actually is fairly common, and it can work if they understand each other and they have this affection for each other. It often works well when you have a less physically attractive male with a more physically attractive female, because he's likely to be more devoted to her, more loyal, and more giving to her as a result of having a higher value for her. Another combination is non-limerent with non-limerent. So two people that have an affectional bond, but they don't have that intense passion, the sexual passion that they may have had earlier. Sometimes older married couples have it. They hold hands together. They're very affectionate in one way, but they don't have that sparkling kind of falling in love initial infatuation. And then you have what are called the limerent couples, where they're both kind of crazy and obsessed with each other. And this is also known as erotic love. And the problem with this, it can be unstable and it can fade over time when either their looks fade or they find someone that's more physically attractive or sexually attractive. So that could be an issue with that kind of combination. Now, typically, this can last for anywhere from 9 months to several years, and sometimes it can last for decades, the idea of the limerence, this infatuation. And the reason it can last a long time is that typically is based on adversity or obstacles. For example, two people live far apart, long-distance relationships, or maybe they're married to people at the time they fall in love, or one of them is in jail or prison, and they can't see each other. So there's a balance of hope and uncertainty that kind of fuels this limerence, this infatuation, and looking at what that person eventually can get free to be with them. And then maybe sometimes when they are together, they lose some of that great infatuation they had. And it can become more of the calm and steady love psychologically. So the bottom line to learn from all this is that to have a great relationship, a loving relationship, balance is very important. You want to have three elements. You want to have companionate love, which is a great friendship, erotic or attraction love, physical attraction, sexual attraction, and what's called agapic love, which is unconditional love or spiritual love. So when you have all those three elements and you balance them out, you can have a tremendous relationship, assuming you're compatible at the very core. And when you do that, you can create goodness in the world. You can create light with your partner. You can have a mission beyond just being together, procreating, and companionship. You can have something higher that can help other people, bring love to individuals through a nonprofit humanitarian organization, or just being good neighbors, good friends, good parents, loving people. So this week, go out and interact with other people if you're single, or spend more time with your soulmate, your love partner, your husband or wife, and focus on enhancing and accentuating the love you already have and creating that mystery and that magic that love is. Now, one more thing before we go. This is actually a little bit of a surprise. Reggie, my producer, we have a bet that I would give you $100 for a date with a woman that you're really interested in. She's interested in you. Let me ask you, Reggie, do you have that woman right now? Is she the one?
Is she the one?
That you want to spend more time with, get to know, and go out with?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you sound kind of shocked there, Reggie. When I asked
Yeah.
I don't mean you're going to marry her tomorrow,
Yeah.
but you're someone you want to date and get to know, and there's mutual interest and compatibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, last time we talked about, actually about 2 years ago, I think, you said you might want to take her out on this date that we pay for to the fish aquarium. I think there was one. And then afterwards, you want to go out and eat fish across the street. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that still appealing to you, Reggie?
Yeah, it is. It really
Okay.
is.
Well, Reggie, I have here $100 cash. I'm going to give it to you right now. How do you feel right now as I give this to you?
Oh, well, I feel great. Thank you.
You look kind of shocked in your face.
Oh, I am.
That's a real $100 bill, Reggie. And you're looking at it right now. How do you feel that this is for you and your lady love to be, hopefully, and take her out?
Yeah, this is amazing. It's just like, I remember, like I said, we were talking about 2 years ago.
Yes.
It's like, oh, wow, that'll be the day, huh? And
Yes.
here it is. It's the day.
The day has arrived, right? This is the day, Reggie, where you can take her out to the aquarium and eat some fish afterwards, which is kind of strange, but I mean, it could be fun, right? As long as she enjoys that. And then this could be an opportunity for you to get to know her better and really have maybe the start of a loving connection.
That's right, yeah.
And then maybe some limerence, right? Maybe some of that attraction that really is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And before we go, Reggie, anything you want to say to the audience? This has been a 2-year journey. You suffered a lot. I know you've been stood up a lot and girls have left you, but this is the one possibly that could be the one.
No, I just want to say it's been quite a journey, and at times it seemed kind of like hopeless, but it came pull through. Just persevere. And like put myself out there and applying stuff I've learned from the show and the rest of my life. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be here.
Reggie, I'm tearing up a little bit. I mean, this is, well, I'm very happy. I see you've been quite influenced by this, and we really appreciate you being our producer for all this time. And we're very happy that love can be around the horizon for you too. And this could be the start of something big. Now, Reggie, you need to promise to come back on the show, maybe with her, and tell us your success story on the date. Will you do that for us?
Of course, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And I think everyone out here in Love University land is also looking forward to hearing your story of success on your fish aquarium date. Okay, I'm going to shake your hand, Reggie. Have fun.
Thank you, I will.
If you want to learn more about what we do on Love University, be part of our community, if you have any questions, or if you want to be on the show, you can write to us at loveuniversitylove@gmail.com. Visit us at loveuniversity.love. Call us at 310-226-8090. Like us on Facebook at Love University Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Love Letter U Podcast. You can also subscribe to us on Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. We're building a great love community of people that have love for themselves, others, and a higher nature, and want to make this world a place of love. Until next time, please put away your notebooks, your iPads, your phones. Love University students, this is Dr. Avila. Until next time.